The Earth is getting hotter. But here's the real question. Did the planet change, or did we break the system? Because what's happening right now is not just a bit warmer weather. It's a planetary energy imbalance. Let's break it down properly. First, a common misconception. Climate has always changed. That's true. The Earth has warmed and cooled many times before, but never this fast. Before the Industrial Revolution, carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere were about 280 parts per million. Today, they're over 420 parts per million. That increase didn't happen over thousands of years. It happened in just 150 years. And that speed changes everything. So what does this actually mean? Earth constantly receives energy from the sun and releases energy back into space. That balance keeps our climate stable, but greenhouse gases trap some of that heat. Normally, that's a good thing. Without the greenhouse effect, Earth would be a frozen rock. The problem is we supercharged it by burning coal, oil, and gas, by cutting down forests, by releasing massive amounts of methane. The atmosphere has turned into a thicker and thicker blanket, and heat can't escape. Scientists call this radiative imbalance. Earth is absorbing more energy than it can release. And here's the scary part. Over 90% of that extra heat goes into the oceans. That's why oceans are warming, glaciers are melting, and sea levels are rising, even if the air doesn't always feel hotter. And no, this doesn't stop on its own, because the system has feedback loops. Ice melts, darker surfaces absorb more sunlight. Frozen soils thaw, methane escapes into the atmosphere. Warming creates more warming. Right now, the planet is already about 1.2 degrees Celsius warmer than pre-industrial times. That sounds small, but when Earth came out of the last ice age, the total temperature change was only about 5 degrees Celsius. So what we're seeing today is extreme change at extreme speed. If emissions continue, scientific models show warming could reach 2 to 3 degrees Celsius or more within this century. That means more deadly heat waves, stronger storms and floods, water and food shortages, and collapsing ecosystems. This isn't about polar bears in the future, it's about human systems breaking down. So what can we actually do? On a global scale, we need to transition from fossil fuels to clean energy, protect and restore forests and oceans, and redesign cities, transport, and agriculture. On an individual level, we can use less energy, waste less food, support sustainable products, and most importantly, support science-based climate policies. Because personal choices matter, but systemic change matters more. Global warming is not a future threat, it's happening right now. And here's the punchline. We are the first generation to fully understand this problem, and possibly the last generation that can still stop it. The climate won't wait. The physics won't negotiate. The only question left is this: will we act, or will we explain this to the next generation as a warning we ignore?